Welcome to this explainer. Let's get right into it with ACIM Lesson 96. If you've ever felt just totally torn in two directions, like you're fighting a constant battle inside your own head, well, you are in exactly the right place today.
Okay, let's dive into this. The core lesson here is salvation comes from my one self. It sounds incredibly simple, doesn't it? I mean, it's just 7 words. But as we start to unpack this text, we're going to see that this single little sentence absolutely dismantles how we usually go about trying to find peace in our everyday lives.
Part 1. The split self illusion. Two selves in conflict. So to really get why this lesson is such a game changer, we first have to look at our daily reality of feeling so torn all the time. The text tells us that even though you are literally one self, you actually experience yourself as two, right? You feel like you're both good and evil, loving and hating, mind and body. We're essentially out here trying to be enlightened Zen masters while simultaneously wanting to just scream at traffic. This constant sense of being split right down the middle induces acute, constant conflict. And man, it is exhausting.
And what do we naturally do with all that conflict? Well, we try to fix it. We make frantic, desperate attempts to reconcile these completely contradictory aspects of ourselves. You've probably sought out endless solutions to fix this split, trying to balance your life, your thoughts, your physical health. But the text is very blunt here. None of them has worked. Why? Because you're spending futile time and effort trying to make incompatible opposites compatible. Literally, they will never meet.
I actually want to pause for a second and ask you this direct question straight from the text. Who can resolve the senseless conflicts which a dream presents? Really think about that. When you're having a nightmare, you don't try to sit down and negotiate with the monsters to find peace, right? You just wake up. Trying to resolve conflicts within an illusion is entirely impossible because the framework itself just has no meaning.
Number 2, mind, body, and spirit, understanding reality.
So if we can't fix the conflict by just tweaking our worldly behavior, what do? Well, we have to deconstruct our definitions. The crucial point here is understanding what the capital S self actually means. Your one self is your unified spirit and truth. It remains safely within the mind of God. It is characterized entirely by peace, by joy, and by strength. It cannot be split in two and still be what it forever is.
Now, in stark contrast to that, we have what the text calls the made self. This is the physical illusion we're all walking around in, a combination of a body and a separate, isolated mind. And the text makes a really fascinating radical claim here. A mind and a body cannot both exist as reality. One literally denies the other. If you're physical, your mind isn't truly part of your reality. And if you are spirit, well, the physical body must be meaningless to what you truly are. So make no attempt to reconcile the two.
Notice how the mind's experience radically shifts depending on what it aligns itself with. When the mind serves the spirit, it's at peace, it's filled with joy, and it's fulfilling its happy function, drawing all its power right from the spirit. But when the mind divorces itself from spirit and gets confused, thinking it's the body, it loses its true function. It feels helpless, limited, weak, and totally alone. It feels like it's constantly under attack by armies massed against it, just hiding in the frail support of a physical body. If you're feeling that sense of being under attack right now, the text asks us these really powerful questions. What could the resolution mean in truth? What purpose could it serve? Like, why waste more time trying to reconcile the unlike with the like? The text is urging us to just abandon the body's frantic conflicts altogether and seek true peace by stepping entirely outside of the problem.
Part 3. What is true salvation? The way to peace.
So if trying to fix our split self problems doesn't work, what actually does? Well, salvation isn't about fixing your worldly dramas. It cannot make illusions real, and it definitely doesn't solve a problem that doesn't actually exist in the first place. Instead, salvation is a specific thought that you share with God. It's held securely in your mind by the Holy Spirit, who basically acts as a bridge between your mind and your one self. It is the literal pathway out of the illusion and back to peace.
And this brilliantly illustrates the turning point of the entire lesson. Truth and illusion cannot be reconciled. This must be accepted if you would be saved. Until you accept this fundamental incompatibility, you're going to keep attempting an endless list of goals you can never ever reach. You'll keep spending time, effort, hopefulness, and doubt on things that are guaranteed to fail. Accepting this fact is the only thing that finally stops our frantic, futile efforts.
Number 4, the hourly 5-minute practice. 5-minute sessions.
Okay, so how do we actively apply all this? The text outlines a really practical 5-minute hourly practice. First, you begin by simply stating the truth to yourself. Salvation comes from my one self. Its thoughts are mine to use. Second, you wait patiently and just search your mind, seeking the thoughts of your true self, allowing the Holy Spirit to speak to you. And third, you claim these real thoughts as your own, letting them replace the wandering illusions and dreams that usually clutter up our minds.
Now, if you're sitting there thinking, oh man, I am not going to be good at meditating on this for 5 minutes every single hour, listen to this incredible reassurance straight from the text. Your self knows that you cannot fail today. It completely acknowledges that your mind might remain uncertain for a little while, so do not be dismayed by this. The joy your self experiences is literally being saved for you, and you will eventually experience it in full awareness.
Let's move to and see how this builds if you stick with this practice. The outcome is breathtaking. Your mind actually finds the function it tried to lose. Your self welcomes it and gives it profound peace. Your restored strength literally flows out from spirit to everything created by spirit. Your mind blesses all things. All that exhausting confusion we talked about at the very beginning, it's done. You are fully restored.
I want you to really internalize this exact quote. Each time today you tell your frantic mind, salvation comes from your one self, you lay another treasure in your growing store. Every single 5-minute attempt matters. Every time you remind your frantic, split mind of the truth, you're building spiritual wealth. You are claiming a gift that is then given to absolutely everyone who asks for it. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought. As you go about your day to day, facing the inevitable frictions of life, you have a choice. Will you choose to engage in the endless, frantic conflict of illusions? Or will you pause, take 5 minutes, and simply claim the lasting peace of your one self? The truth is already right there in your mind, just waiting for you to find it.